Hello, beautiful people. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. So we're going to get into our energies for August the 6th. So we're going to see here what Scorpios or whoever you are in your placements, in Scorpio placements. So let's see what's coming up for you, Scorpio. I'm going to take the first 3 cards and to kind of help you on your energy here, what's going on in your world. Keep in mind the Lionsgate is open. It peaks on the 8th, and the solar eclipse is on the 12th, and also the lunar eclipse is on the 28th. So keep it, a lot of changes going on here, Scorpio. So as I'm shuffling the cards for your energy, thank you for subscribing. If you like a personal reading, reach out to me at angelguidancetarot@gmail.com. I am not on TikTok. I am not on TikTok, and I am not on TikTok. I'm sorry to say that so many times, but you know, we have scammers. So anyway, but I am a Scorpio in 5 placements. And if you like a personal reading, reach out to me at angelguidancetarot@gmail.com. And if you need emotional support, healing support with narcissistic, a trauma bond, all those kind of things going on, reach out to Mark. He's at commercewaters20@gmail.com. Okay, he is a Scorpio and he's an empath and Native American spiritual healer. So check him out. He will be glad to help you on your road to recovery. You might not be able to afford therapy where you live, or you might not, people might not understand you with the narcissistic abuse or domestic abuse, you know, things that you're going on. It's hard to express that with people you know. So he'll be glad to help you. This is what he does professionally as well. All right, so Scorpio, we'll get one more card and then we're going to move on. So let's do one more. Hope you're doing well. So I'm going to put the camera down just a second. My readings are $45 through Zoom, okay? All right, so I'm going to pull the camera down just a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on here. See the cards that just came out. So I'm going to start from the bottom. All right, and you have my little paper here. So we're just going to look at the 4 cards here, and then I'm just going to line these up. And the way I felt like they came out. Judgment was last. All right, so, all right, Scorpio, you have the Strength card and the Chariot in reverse. So those 2 cards, Scorpio, I do feel like here you are in this energy. I hope the light is not bothering you. The Strength card and it's a part of you where you're going to have to be strong when you didn't want to be, okay? But sometimes in our energies, when we see these things, we kind of have to stand up for ourselves. And Scorpio, you do have this resilience behind you. You are very strong. You are very able to pull out things that most zodiacs would have given up on, okay? But I do feel like here with this Chariot here, you are slowing things down. You're starting to pay attention to things, building yourself back up, transforming until that strong leader type person that you are. Basically, you're not taking no BS, that's for sure. But you are kind of hanging low here, you know. All right, so you are the 10 of Swords, and you have the 8 of Wands here. There's a fast change that's come to you after this brutal, I don't want to say it's a brutal betrayal towards you and a lot of hurt, but you are kind of looking at, from that Strength card, you are saying, you know what, everyone goes through hurt, everyone goes through breakups, everyone goes through bad things in their life. And so you're kind of taking this on as a trooper, someone that's very understanding to yourself. Maybe when you're in that moment or caught up in your mind, you don't see that, but you are recovered and you're coming out of this to move forward. Okay, now you have this Knight of Wands energy and the 10 of Pentacles, this person that was in and out of your life, wishy-washy, or even if it's just a friend, it's somebody who you could not depend on, somebody who was not responsible, someone that you might see and then you called them, they wouldn't answer your calls, things like that. They weren't giving you that loyalty that you bring into the plate for them, Scorpio. So these are the things that you are reflecting on, and you are starting to really pull yourself in the way of, sorry, that's my dog. I don't know what's going on with him. You know, with that reflection card there, you are letting go, and you're just like, you know what, it's not worth it. So you are coming into that judgment that you're letting go. All right, so, but you know, we just saw this in this reading on August 5th. You saw this reading. The judgment was also in your movement, and also coming up, you are starting to really, when I look down at all these cards, I'm really sitting here thinking about your energy behind this. And Scorpio, you're gaining some kind of, I don't know how to explain, this strength card. It's just like, when I say you're strong, it's like you are ready to take a risk on something, or you're just like ready to go do something different with your life, or you're trying to come in this persona to yourself. You're really starting to really understand who you are and what you're made of. That's the way I feel here, okay? So let's see what's coming out from this Judgment. You do have some good things coming towards you, only if you believe, only if you put that energy to yourself and not, I'm going to change this light setting so it's not so bright on me. The energy of seeing that energy, okay? So let me see what's coming out from this Judgment. Now, Judgment is a guidance for yourself, Scorpio. You are listening to your angels. Pay attention to your angels around you and your aura. You have the option card here. So this doesn't always mean a bad thing. You got the King of Wands, though. So let's see, what's this energy behind this? All right, we saw these cards again. If you go back to my reading about someone that is on August 5th, yesterday, if you're looking at this reading from about someone who left, that was basically a runner, but you disqualified them. It's almost the same cards. I don't know how that happened, but anyway. This person is waiting. Oh yeah, they are. There's your Tower here. So they are, you got the energy here, the Three of Wands. They're kind of weighing out their options in a way. This person could be far away from you, but it's the same card I saw yesterday. I feel like, but in the energy though, it's kind of shifted a little bit. This person's like wondering where you're at, but also, trying to weigh their options. Like, if I go back to Scorpio, could it work? They're asking a lot of questions here about you, thinking in their head. They're really thinking about you. So you're not seeing this right now because that person is hiding behind their own face. I'm not even going to say a mask, but they're hiding their shadow side here. They're not letting other people know right now, but they're probably not even letting you know. They're not letting you know. They're looking at many things from option. If I go do this with Scorpio, can I find a job where Scorpio works at? Or will Scorpio be able to forgive me? Will Scorpio be able to take, put the past behind us and let's start again? So this person is wondering about where you're at. But they're choosing you here, Scorpio. Even though they might have had a Three of Wands, they may have had a family influence, or they had another person that kind of got in the picture here. But they did release those two wands, and that they were on the path when they realized it wasn't working, but they want to come back towards you. So they may have had other people. They didn't put you as a priority here. Now, as I move over to the King of Wands, and the King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, now this person is starting to see you differently. They're seeing you as someone they can commit to. They're like, that, your wife material, husband material. And this person really, and I saw this King of Wands and the Ten of Pentacles, but it was in reverse yesterday, that they were not ready. Okay, this is kind of like a sequel. They are now ready to take that chance with you, Scorpio. And when I made that reading yesterday, it was 100%, from my intuition feeling and my messages I'm getting in my mind. So this is a part of you, this person. This could be you as well. But I do feel like it's more about, you could be dealing with the Aries here, where there's someone, or fire sign energy coming around that, because I see it could be another Scorpio here, but in the Pisces and Cancerian. But anyway, I do feel like here the energy here is calling for this person to want something to tell you, that they want to change. They're looking at you as someone that they can grow with. Yeah. Okay, interesting combination. You may be the Scorpio and you may have been dealing with a Pisces or Cancerian here. That was but you got out of the situation because you saw the truth in this person. Like, whether they were not ready for you, or maybe they had another person, they had a third party, they went off and ran away like a child, a coward. You saw the truth in it, and this is something you exposed that truth for who they are, and this is where you blew up on them. And I do feel like you still have this kind of feeling inside of you, Scorpio. You have this animosity against this person, like, hey, if you come back towards me, I'm going to blow up on you, and I'm going to destroy you and tear up this tower. I will bring the tower down on you. But Scorpio, please keep that in check, because you don't need to explode on anyone. Your confidence says it all. Your silence says it all. Now understand why, because you had to expose them, and you did expose them here for the truth. But on this person's energy, though, they are seeing that, you know, they can't forget you. They're thinking, this card showed up yesterday in the reading too, like they feel like they can come back towards you. They feel like, now I'm ready. But they're not even thinking about, they do know they did you wrong, and they're hoping that they could just start over on a clean slate. I do feel like this person has matured a lot more, because a king came out, and I saw that this person is reflecting on you, thinking about you. Again, it's up to you, Scorpio, if you really want to settle for this person. You know, I can't tell you what to do with your life. But they do, but on their end, they're thinking about you. They're not showing it, but they do want to confess something to you to make this all right. And it's like they're coming back again. Like I said in my last video yesterday, they want to prove it to you. They want to show you, because words before this person did, and maybe they ran out, they were immature, they got with other people, and then they started thinking about you, you know. But you're standing your ground here. I do feel like you're standing your ground. You do come off as, there's the Empress. So you see me pulling these cards. You have the Empress and the High Priestess here. And the Empress is, you're feeling your intuition. I do feel like you know this person is thinking of you. I do feel like you know this, and this person, it doesn't matter how long you have to understand the way people are. If there's someone who did you wrong, they're thinking about you every day. They might be mad at you for the first 2 months. I'm never going to speak to Scorpio again. Then 2 months is over, you know, whatever. Then they come back wanting to conversate with you, because they can feel you. They can feel your energy. But you're feeling their energy too. And High Priestess, you feel like this was a blessing in disguise, that the High Priestess has protected you. Now, they had to send that person down the road to go figure out who they are and what they wanted. But you felt like, you know, you were done dirty. But the High Priestess here is asking you to find forgiveness. Whether you take this person back or not, forgiveness is for you, Scorpio. It's for you to release that tower, that anger, that bitterness that we just saw with that tower, and exposing of the truth. I do feel like that's going on inside of you. Now, let's see on their end. Tell me more about this King of Wands and the Six of Wands. What do they want? They want to make success here, Scorpio. They feel like they don't have the communication skills as you do. And this seems like a very, I'm not going to say they're very quiet, but they don't know how to, you know, express like you do. They feel like if they express their feelings, I don't know, this person may have not been never, that's just on one of my cards in there, 2 wands of that. It's like this person grew up without expressing their feeling, and I feel like you're dealing more with a masculine here. Now, it takes a very, very confident male to express their feelings, but most men are taught to not, you know, at a young age. They feel like if they cry, or if they cry in front of a woman, or they feel, you know, maybe they had a masculine father that told her mother, don't cry, you're a boy, boys don't cry, something like that. So this person was feeling that way. But you taught them something else, but they're not as mature as you are when it comes to communication, that's for sure. Okay, so in their energy, have the Knight of Swords. They do quickly want to change this around. And the way this person feels like maybe they did go out and do things, or they try to get you off their mind. But I do feel like here also, they realizing that now, oh my gosh, what did I do? You know, how can I get back to Scorpio? I lost somebody that I could really grow with, and be with. They really love me, you know, all those scenarios. Okay, this is what's going through their head. And they're charging back towards you, because they're trying to take their chance to come out of that Page of Swords energy, to at least come to a Knight, at least tell you how they truly feel. And whether you take them back or not, they want you to know. I just want you to know, when I say forgiveness, Scorpio, sometimes we don't know what happens to other people. They get sick, they die, you know, they might get cancer, things like that. This is why You know, we never know the emotional end. I'm not saying what they did to you was, I'm not defending that, but that's they're guilty. They're feeling guilty here, shameful. And if they're asking you forgiveness, and they ask you for that, or they at least want to come back and communicate with you and tell you they're sorry for what they did and they explain it, at least give them that chance to do that, because we never know down the road, you know, that person was trying to tell you and something happens to them, where they pass away or they get sick. You would just never know, okay? I have seen it many times myself where we don't get that last moment to, that person has to die with that in their heart, how they hurt you, and I'm sure you don't want that. So if they do call you, expressing this, don't mean you take them back, but at least find some kind of forgiveness to clean your soul, to say, okay, I wish you the best, I hope that you're okay, do well in life. That is taking it your Scorpio level to a higher intuitional level, okay? So you don't have to do any of that. But I do feel like they want to express that. All they do is think about you here, and in their head they're just like thinking, you know, why these things happen, you know. It's kind of like that. But they do want to talk to you, and they do want to send a message here. The Five of Pentacles, they still hold you dear in their heart. I know you might not believe that, but they do. But let's see what this, they're just saying, I can't forget you. You know, I think they really want to apologize to you. And of course, they feel that, yeah, they want to apologize for the injustice or disrespect they gave you. You might be in a divorce here as well. But this person does want to, their conscience is really, really bothering this person. More? Yeah. They just didn't know how to apologize. They don't know how. They don't know how to. This person seems like they have never truly been loved. Or they didn't grow up with a role model or a parent, a father figure, mother figure, to show what love looks like, how to apologize, you know. And just because you did, Scorpio, maybe your parents taught you a different way. I do feel like here that they didn't, you know, and that was the part of the alignment that you were very different, okay? All right? So that's what I feel here. And there's they want to grow, and they hope they can start over with you. And you have the King of Wands. Whatever it is, Scorpio, whatever you decide to do with this situation, I'm actually, you know, we're Scorpios, but deep down in your heart, they do feel like, you know, they want to start over with you. They want to end that past with you. They might tell you forget about the past, but they don't really understand you as a Scorpio, especially if it's coming from an Aries energy. Forget about the past. Why do you keep talking about the past? Because Scorpios take their past as the future. They see past history determines their future. But they want you to forgive them here. They want this to start a clean slate with you. They feel this passion for you. They feel like if you both of you need to change on some things, and they have learned, but they feel like, Scorpio, you know, I already messed up, and I'm so sorry. I reap what I sow. You know, you're getting good karma. I want to make an effort here. I want to grow this. Whew, I'm feeling that one. Okay, one more. Let's see what the outcome's going to be here for Scorpio. What's the outcome for this person? Okay, you ready, Scorpio? Okay, you got this simply, you know, nobody can get, I will never find better than you. I will never find better than you. There's never going to be another you. Okay, you want to see what's on the bottom of the deck? Is that, well, I don't know which way I laid it down, but they do want to commit. They feel like you're just a beautiful gift. Yeah, they don't want nobody else, Scorpio. They just hope you can forgive them here. Death card, Fool card, start again. If you can just look it down. I think you lost a lot of respect, a lot of attraction for this person, but they haven't, because you didn't do anything really bad to them, and they know you treat them excellent, but there's like, give me another chance to commit. Let me show you, Scorpio. Let me show you. I can love you. I can love you like the way you want to. I promise I will never find nobody else. I'm not going to never find nobody else. I'm not going to go get in the third parties. I choose you, Scorpio. This is what they're saying here. They choose you. There will never be another you, Scorpio. And there you are. And there's the Fool card. They want to keep going with you. This person, that you caught this person like, this person fell in love with you and they didn't even know it. Now remember, I'm not on TikTok. But they want to love you, and they just didn't have the love. You taught them what love is, Scorpio. That's beautiful. I mean, in this lifetime, even if you experience love for a week, or if you experience love for 5 years or 10 years, we can't never understand why people do the things they do. But there are a lot of broken people out there, a lot of hurting people. And I would say with, just don't let this person take that to their grave. If you forgive them, and move on from them. But at the same time, I do feel like they just say they'll never find another you. And they're thinking about you, but they haven't expressed that yet. Okay, so you might be sometime this month, because of the solar eclipse is the sun and the lunar eclipse is the moon. So between the darkness and the light, they come together and they work together as a team. Okay, so when you watch the solar eclipse on the 12th, you can see the moon, right? It's kind of like that shadow, whatever. The darkness around the moon comes in front, or the moon goes around the sun. So you'll see that transition of that, and the solar eclipse and lunar eclipse, and also with the Lionsgate open, the portals open. So I think that portal's opening for you to find forgiveness and to find your good karma, because when you clean your spirit, all beautiful things change for you, Scorpio. But if you harbor that grudging and resentment, you're only hurting that feeling's going to feel like a demon inside you. Okay, and I know you don't want that. So Scorpio, this is your reading. But yeah, they're saying there'll never be another you. And you're right. So Scorpio here in 5 placements. Yes. So as hardest thing as it is to do, forgive, release, or see this person and hear them out. Up to you, Scorpio. Send in love and light. Stay beautiful as you are, and stay blessed. Bye-bye.